Ha ha ha! I'm back with the story time! My first story time. So, yeah, I'm gonna be telling y'all a story time about how I got fired last year in the same month as now, and I think it's the same day. I'm not sure. I think it was yesterday or today. I'm not sure. But before I get into the story, I'm not going to bash anyone. I am not gonna name any names because I wanna protect the identities of these people that are very close to me. They know very well what went down, who is who, what. So yeah. And also, I'm telling my side of the story, what happened with me. I'm not gonna talk about them, talking what happened to me, with me, what they did that to me. What they did that to me. So yeah, if y'all wanna go justify and argue and all that, go do it somewhere else in your own platform. Hey, good morning. I decided to do a quick makeup tutorial before I go to work at 12. Hey, so bandidadile guys, bandidadile. Bandidadile. Last year in September they did me. Okay, so I'm gonna start back in 2018. What happened was, this is what happened back in 2018. Well, in 2018, I decided that I'm looking for a job. I even informed my mom about it, and my mom she was okay. I think she was okay with it. I'm not sure, but I think she was okay with it because like she didn't really say much, and she did look like Okare, she was supporting me, because when I told her the first time, she was like, but you know it's not easy to find a job, yeah? I'd be like, yeah, I know it's not easy, but I'm gonna do it. Actually, funny story is I kind of like did not listen to that part. I was like, you don't know what you're talking about, mama. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna get it like quick, you know. Okay. So, okay, fine. I started looking for a job in 2018. Then, boom, 2019 hit. It was the pandemic, you know, things were just bad. Well, now, during the pandemic, I was thinking in my head that, yeah, this is like the best time to actually like find a job, you know, find the job that I'm looking for, you know. But unfortunately, things are just tough around the world. People don't want to hire and all that, you know. So I had a friend, I'm not gonna mention his name. He helped me. Shout out to him, even though we're not friends no more, like, you know, shout out to him. So he helped me, and also like he was trying to connect me as well, you know, like trying to connect me with the contacts that he had so that I can actually get a job and whatsoever, you know. But it just wasn't budging. It was around June, July there. The things were just not budging, you know. Okay, cool, sharp, oh, no problem. I would give him my CVs. He'd send them out to some of the people that he knows and all of that. It's very important, guys, that when you're looking for a job, you should not only ask your friends to help or whoever that you know to help you, but also you need to go out there yourself. No, you need to panda, push up, play. Because if you don't, it's not gonna come to you. That's what I learned. That's what I learned. So okay, cool. I'm out here also doing the most, giving him my CV so that he can also send it out, which he did. Shout out to him again. And I also was sending out my own CVs. So now there came a point where me and this person could not be friends anymore because of things, you know. That's a story for another day, because of things. Anyway, so cool. It is jiggy August. You see, after July, August, I get a phone call from this friend. And at that day, I was like, I don't feel like picking up this call because honestly, I don't know what this person onyaka. Harino! Good luck was almost passing me. But the good luck was almost passing me. So okay, I answered the phone, and then he said that, hey dude, like yada 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 wants your numbers because they want you to come there for an interview. I was like, what? He's like, yeah. I'm like, dude, is it like that thing that you told me about? He's like, yeah, it worked out. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was so happy. He was also happy, you know. But after that, we still never spoke. I did thank him though, and I was thinking of thanking him by buying him, like, you know, a little mini present in Ghana. But in the process, we stopped talking. And I discovered a lot of things. But anyway, cool. So he was like, yeah, it worked out. So he was like, I should be there at 12, you know. And mind you, funny story, the day before, like, I was so sad, and I was like a little bit depressed and like just in a foul mood, and I was actually praying to God and being like, God, like, can you please just make something happen? You know, like, make something happen, because I need to get that independence. Like, I honestly don't like relying on my parents. I really don't like relying on my parents. I like doing things my own way. And sometimes I feel like I'm kind of like burdensome, especially now, like with the fact that I'm in my 20s, I'm trying to adult and all of that, like, you know. So I was like, God, like, just do something. So he did something. The next day, didn't really like get the job, but I got called in for an interview. I got there, got called in for an interview and all of that. And then when I got there, the doctor interviewed me. He interviewed me, and yeah, he was very impressed with my language, the fact that I also can speak like fluently Afrikaans. And also the fact that, like, while I'm working, I'm studying and all of that. And then he was like, okay, I'm putting you on probation. So now I understand that when you're on probation, it takes 3 months, according to labor law, I think. I need to go get those facts right. But yeah, probation, they give you like for 3 months. So he said that he's gonna give me like probation and see how my progress is like in the next couple of months. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, let's do this. And then I actually immediately started working on the same day. Literally immediately started working on the first day. So okay, cool. So this dermatologist that I'm talking about, he has 3 receptionists on his desk, right? And at the front desk, yeah, like I said, there's 3 receptionists on the front desk, which was a guy, and it was yada yada, the girl, and myself. Okay, cool. The first couple of days, it was nice, you know. It was very nice to work with them and all of that and whatsoever, you know. Like, it was very, very, very nice. But then things started changing, and I myself could not understand, okay, sharp, why are things changing? What am I doing wrong exactly? Oh, PSA, sorry. I will link all the products that I'm doing on that I'm using on this video on the subscription box below, because I really don't have time to like be explaining to you guys what I'm doing, because I'm getting into like the full story and full gory details and all of that. So as I was saying, yeah, things started changing. This girl, all of a sudden, she started changing, and I just couldn't understand why. Like, she was just being bloody rude, you know. Like, she was just being bloody rude. Like, she was so rude to such an extent where she was belittling me in front of the patients, and also on top of that, she was shouting at me, and also on top of that, she was just plain very rude. And the fact that she was always being rude, like, it was confusing me in a way, which I did not understand why, because when it's just me and her in the same room alone together, she's like very nice, chilled and friendly, you know. She's a very nice person. But when people are around us, like, she starts to switch up, and I don't understand why. Like, I honestly don't get people that are like that. It's like high school vibes. Like, back then in high school, it's the popular girl and the nerd, and then the popular girl, she's nice to the nerd when she's at home and nobody sees her, but then when they're at school, she then switches up and becomes this mean bitch. Sorry. But anyway, I feel like she didn't even have like any patience, because you can't, like, when it comes to the workplace, right? When it comes to learning things, it takes you a month or more to get to learn things, you know. So you have to be very patient with whoever that is that you're working, the new person that you're working with. Yeah, nah. She was just being plain weg, bona, plain weg alles, plain weg dramatic, plain weg bona. Like I was seeing dust in that workplace. And also what makes it even worse, to show that like sometimes like her behavior was just so rude. The other reception guy, right, that was working with us, this one time he was like, Samantha, you're being rude, and then she started shouting at him. She's like, what, are you taking her side? Like shouting at him, and then he kept quiet, and I looked at her like, so basically you controlling these people, you are the one that run this shit, huh? Like that girl was just being the most, like honestly, she was just being the most. And also another thing that annoyed me about working in that environment was based on the fact that first of all, the doctor, right, he does not know what's going on outside of his office. He's constantly in his office working, but then he doesn't check, or okay, sharp, or like, okay, let me see what's going on, let me see for myself if my employees are getting along, are they working together, what's happening, you know, things like that. You get what I mean? So yeah, like he would never go out of the office. And also like there's just so many things like that she would address, and then he would always be like, I don't have time for this. What. So basically he was just a person that just makes decisions like without, you know. And for some reason this girl, she knew very well that if she tells doctor this, he's obviously gonna believe it, because I mean she's been working there the longest, and he's very reliant on her. So anything she says, it goes. So anything she says, it most definitely will go. Like he would always believe her and all of that, you understand? Okay, cool. So now it's been like over a month. I'm grasping like some of the things, you know. I'm grasping like some of the things that I need to know, that I need to learn. And okay, despite working there, I did enjoy the fact that I'm working, but I did not enjoy the place. I did not enjoy the environment, based on the fact that it was a bit toxic. Like that place was just a bit toxic. Like everybody like is getting, you know, iffy and worked up for like, you know, stupid reasons. So as I was saying, this girl was being rude. Like she was literally changing like my whole perspective of work. Like every time when the weekend is over, because the thing is I would work Mondays to Wednesdays, and then from Thursdays to Sundays like I would get an off, because first of all I'm on probation and I wasn't getting paid monthly. I was only getting paid like on a weekly basis, and I was actually getting paid like a stipend, like, you know. So this girl, like she was just making the work environment very difficult for me. Like she was just hurting. Like she was just hurting me. Like I feel like she enjoyed hurting me. Like this girl, she really enjoyed hurting me. Because every time when I would be when it's time to go back to work, knowing that it's Sunday today, like I would honestly dread going to work, even though I didn't like tell like much people, tell my family members or whatsoever what's going on. Like she just made me dread going to work. And yeah, sometimes I would cry, because like I said, this girl, she was just plain weg. She was just plain weg, bloody rude. That was her. Like she was just plain weg, bloody rude. Let's give her a name, maybe bloody rude. like I said in my video, no bashing, guys. We're not going to be bashing people. But anyway, yeah, she was just being rude. Like, yo, that girl, she was rude. Hey, guys, like, she was just rude. So, okay, cool. And also, like, at first I used to think that maybe I'm the crazy one, thinking that maybe I'm seeing things because, you know, she's just being mean towards me. And maybe I'm just exaggerating or anything. But no, I wasn't exaggerating, because even other patients were seeing what she does to me in front of them. Like, for example, there was this one time where something, no, I was processing somebody's payment for them to go through. And then I came to her and I was like, Samantha, can you please help me with 1, 2, 3? She looked at me with this nasty, ugly, terrible look, like, and then she stood up with attitude and she walked out on me without saying a word. Like, after she walked out, I'm also looking at the patient. The patient is like, and then most of those patients that were witnessing those things, they saw what was going on, but obviously they were not saying much. They're not saying much because, you know, some people, like, they just won't like to intervene in other people's situation, because when you try to intervene in other people's situation, right, you can get shot, you can get killed. Stitches, snitches get stitches. But anyway, as I was saying, so this girl, she's playing her role. She's playing her role of being mean, of being plain weg mean. And then this one time, this other patient came. She came like today, like, let's just say today, for example. And then she was like, she came to ask me, how much is it to... Okay, so I'm putting powder on my face, so don't be surprised when I look like a ghost. She was asking me how much is it to consult here, and then I was giving her like all the nice information, and she was a nice lady. Like, that girl, she was a very nice lady. And then she was like, oh okay, let me come back tomorrow. Can you please like open a file for me now, and then tomorrow when I come, I will, you know, I'll just come and we'll do it a quick thing, and then yeah. And I was like, yeah, sure, let's do that. So we opened her file and everything, and after opening her file, I tell the guy and the girl at the reception, I'm like, guys, here's a file, I'm leaving it here. This lady said that she will be back tomorrow morning. What? Okay, cool. Then they just said, oh, okay, no, it's fine. They said, okay, no, it's fine. You can leave the file there and stuff like that. That file got lost. Did that file not get lost? The next day the girl comes back and then she's like, hi, it's me, I'm back. I'm like, yeah, remember you, let me go look quickly for the file. When I go check wherever I'm supposed to go check, the file is not there. So I'm there, I'm asking this girl, this mean girl, and the guy at the reception, I'm busy asking them, I'm like, guys, where's the file that was here, you know? And then the guy says, no, I don't know where it is, like, you put it there and what. I was like, okay, that's fine. So I'm asking the girl, I'm like, hey honey, did you see the file here, you know, like the file here that I put here yesterday, and I told you guys not to move it because this girl, she's gonna come and she's here now. And then she's like, am I a file keeper? Like, she was being rude. She was being rude. She was like, hey, am I a file keeper? Hey, what, shouting at me. And I'm like, ooh, girl, like, And then the patient, the very same patient, like, that was there, she saw her. She saw, like, how she was reacting, how she was talking to me, and then she addressed her. She was like, why are you being so rude towards your colleague? Like, you can literally see her, this is a new face, and you need to work with this girl, but you're out here just being rude. Why? Like, she was asking her that. So while she was asking her that, she kept quiet. Quiet! The girl kept quiet. Then, I made her a new file. I made the girl a new file, and then after that, yeah. I made her the new file, I processed her payment, did everything, and then she went through to the doctor. So after that girl left, all of a sudden, on a blue moon, yada yada decided to be nice the whole day. She was being nice the whole day. Imagine the rest of the day. She was a very nice girl, being nice, teaching me, laughing with me, doing the most, guys, like doing the most. And then after that, I was like, okay, maybe now, like, this is probably a turning point. She probably didn't notice that she was being a little bit hard on me. So maybe this is the change. This is the change now. It's going to change. It's gonna get better. That's what I thought. Hell! Did tomorrow not go back to square one? Huh? Tomorrow Miguel becomes rude. Starts to become super rude. I was like, yeah. She has started. Drag queen vibes. Girl has started. The next day, it was now back to square one. This girl was just being same old, plain veg, bloody rude. So, okay, fine. It goes on for like a little while, guys. Like, it went on for like a little while. And the fact that it went on for so long, it was because she obviously knew her power, and she knew very well that she could actually get me fired if she wanted to. Reason why I say that is because sometimes she would be so rude to such an extent whereby she would say such mean and hurtful words like stupid and all of that, right? And when I tried to like address her and get back to her and tell her that, dude, like, you shouldn't be doing that, right? Then she'd be like, one more word, Paleska, one more word. Like, she knew very well that I actually needed the job, and she was just throwing it in my face, reminding me that, okay, like, you can get fired anytime, you can get replaced anytime, that kind of thing. She would do, like, I would get so mad, and I would tell my cousin about it, I would tell my mom about it, and they'd be like, honey, what's wrong with this girl? Honey, why is she like this? Like, it was bad. Like, especially the part where she'd always, like, every time when I'm trying to tell her that, no, this is not how you do things and whatsoever, one more word. So she always said, yo, guys, one more word. Last year, this month was hell. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I liked the fact that I was working, and as much as I liked the fact that I was getting money and I was able to do things for myself, honestly speaking, she made it hell for me. And that's the thing. People don't talk about this. People don't talk about abuse within the work environment. Like, we never talk about such. Obviously we never talk about such because, I don't know why, but when you start working, when you get your first job and you have toxic people within the workplace, guys, it's bad. And one thing they don't understand is that they don't even don't care what they put us through while they're being the way that they actually be. One day there came a time where now all of a sudden it's like same old things. She's asking me, what am I doing? I'm telling her that no, I'm processing files. So as she sees me that I'm processing files, she's like, oh, okay, you know what, when I go fetch the files at the back, and then I'll stay here processing them. Okay, cool. I went to the back, I went to go fetch the files that she asked me to go fetch, that I was going to process. So I gave them to her for her to process them, Okay, after I did that, now I went on and I listened to her instruction where she told me, Hore, I must go stand by the door, help the patients and all of that. And that's exactly what I did. So now when I come back from helping other people, when I came back from helping the other people to get in and to take their temperatures and stuff like that, then there's like, ooh, damn, you are damn girl, the fuck? Let me just, there's a little bit of, yeah, this is better, yeah. You see? Oh, y'all, like, yeah, it's better now. Sure. Anyway, as I was saying, baying. As I was saying, so like now I'm busy processing the files. No, she's processing the files. I went to the door to go take the temperatures of the people and write them down and everything. As I come back, there's a patient that's standing right in front of her this, and she's looking at us and she folded her hands like this, and then she looked like she was very, very angry or one. So now this girl, she comes here, she's like, why is this patient standing here, Poliska? I'm like, no, she's one of the people that I gave you her files to process. And the file was right there next to her. I would understand if I maybe missed the file there at the back and I did not bring it, but it was right there on the table. So now I take the file. I'm like, okay, no, wait, let me do it. I'll process it. It's fine. I don't even have a problem with it. I did not fight with her anything. She grabs the file out of my hand. She's like, when am I doing? Hey, like shouting at me and stuff like that. So I'm telling her, I'm like, but then you're the one that said I must go fetch the files at the back. Now you're out here, you're shouting at me. She's like, stop being a bitch. I'm like, huh? What? Did you just... She called me the B word. Like, I did not like it at all. It did not sit well with me. So I addressed her. I'm like, dude, we don't be calling each other that, because now you're just being plain weg, unprofessional, and it's not fair. Like, you can't be doing that. Like, how do you go around calling people a bitch at the workplace? The B word. Then she tells, when I addressed her on it, she then comes back and then she tells me, go take a time out. She tells me to go take a time out. Then I tell her that no, you should go and take a time out, because it seems like you're the one that's angry in this situation, because you're the one that's now busy calling me names, And then she's like, well, let's go take a time out. I kept quiet, and then I started helping other patients, and I just went on about my life. Okay, cool. So she waited for the other patient to finish in the doctor's office, and then next minute she comes back. She's like, Poliska, doctor's calling you in the office. Okay, fine. I go there at the office, and then when I get to the office, doctor tells me, he's like, no, Poliska, when some yada plain, aka plain weg bloody rude, tells you, hore, you must do this, you have to do it. And I was like, yeah, sure, I do not mind doing anything that yada aka plain bloody rude tells me to do, because I mean, she is my supervisor, but I can't tolerate being called the B word. I can't tolerate being called stupid and being belittled and embarrassed by her for being so rude in front of the patient. Maybe to impress them, or maybe to show them that I'm still new and I'm stupid and I don't know anything. I don't know. Maybe that's why she did what she did. Then, okay, cool. Then doctor says that, I really don't have time for this, Poliska, because of clash of personality. From tomorrow, you don't have to come into work. Looked at him like, so when basically you are dismissing me from work because for being called a bitch, ain't like, that's what you're dismissing me for. And then she walked out. This girl, she walked out after he said what he said. I'm like, no, but you can't dismiss me for that. So basically I'm being dismissed for being called a bitch. Because this girl, she's not truthful, and she was not telling him that, okay, look, this is the situation, this is what happened. She just told him, but I don't want to cooperate. I am the one that's being unprofessional. Like, I was so pissed. Like, so Mina, I get fired. Then when I was about to leave, he was like, okay, you know what? I'm giving you one last chance. So he said, one last chance. I'm like, one last chance? Like, how does that work? How do you give me one last chance? Because Mina, I haven't done anything. Like, I just haven't done anything. So, okay, fine. After he gave me one last chance, I decided, okay, sharp. From now on, when she actually decides to do things to provoke me, I'll just ignore it as much as I can. But me being me, knowing myself, I'm a very emotional person. If something does not sit well with me, I'm obviously gonna say it out. I'm not gonna keep quiet. Reason being is because I literally spend my whole life, I used to spend my whole life not like keeping emotions in and not saying anything because of other situations. Back then when I was in primary, when I was in high school, when I was being bullied, I always kept my emotions in. I never really like been vocal about it and said for a like, you know, like, and said for a no, like, I don't like what you're doing, stop it, and stuff like that. I only started becoming vocal when I went to varsity, because that's when I actually found myself and found my personality and found out the kind of person that I am. And if I don't like something, you most definitely gonna see it, because I cannot pretend. Nope. So yeah, I tried to, like, you know, try to sustain the matter now, because now I almost got fired. I realized that, okay, fine, I actually really kind of like do need this job, and I can't let it like slip out of my hands. Like, you know, let me just put my emotions aside and be myself. Okay, cool, sharp, no problemo. So now this girl, she continues to be rude the way that she is. I try to keep myself in. I remember this one time, I mistakenly forgot to process a payment of a client. I mistakenly forgot to process a payment of a client, and I contacted that client like later on, and I told her that no, we didn't process the payment, and then she said that she's gonna make the payment on Friday. So when I went, now this is the thing that I actually hated about this girl. So now when I went to this girl and I told her that, can you please show me the banking details of this workplace? She did not want to show me. She said that I must just go in the phone and I must what. So I didn't know where to start. So I took the wrong banking details, because it looked like it was the banking details of the workplace. You see why when I say that when you are in a working environment with a new person, you must show them as much as you can. Not go around and tell them what they must do 1, 2, 3, because they're gonna end up doing something wrong. And if they do something wrong, you're gonna end up getting pissed. I couldn't find the banking details of the practice that I was working for, but then I saw banking details that looked like the practice's banking details, based on the fact that it had the same names as the doctor. You get what I mean? Sharp. Cool. So I sent the lady the banking details. She sent it to that. After sending it to that, then Samantha's like, did you do it? I'm like, yes, I did it, you know. And then after that, she's like, let me see. And then actually then she tells me, she's like, I actually sent the wrong banking details. And I texted her, I'm like, I sent the wrong banking details. The lady said, the money's gone, you know. And then Samantha started shouting at me. She started shouting at me. She's like, where did you get this from? No. Like she was shouting at me as if I'm the little girl and she's like the mom and I did something terrible. Like, that day, that was literally the day where I was like, you know what? I feel like working here is definitely not for me, and I feel like giving up. I remember that day after work, I called my cousin. I was like, dude, like, I I don't want to work there anymore. I feel like this is not for me, stuff like that. And my cousin was like, no, but you really do need a job. Just hold on until December and stuff like that. While you're busy working there, you can like, you know, start finding options to like send out CV somewhere else and so. So I listened to her, you know, and I was like, okay, let me just give it one last try. But deep down, I kind of knew that no, this is not gonna last. The way that she's being so rude, like it was a very toxic environment. Like she was just being a lot. Like she was really being a lot. She was not being patient, and I feel like she also forgets that once at some point when she started working, people were being nice to her, but she was just being like, dude. Anyway, the next day when I went to work, like, yeah, things were just going like normal. I was keeping quiet, doing my own thing, because now I'm at that point where I'm like, you know what, just work and go home, work and go home. I tried and I gave it another shot. Can you know, God was like, girl, this is not for you, so, you know, this is not for you, so let's leave it. This is not for you, so I'm placing you out of the situation. And yeah, we move, you know. Okay, cool, no problemo. So I was working throughout the day. Everything was fine. There was no problems. Things were okay. Like also like the bloody mean girl was also acting normal. She was acting normal. I think she knew very well what was gonna happen. That's why she was acting very normal. So then it came time to knock off and everything. So it was time to knock off. The doctor calls me. He's like, come to my office, and then he tells me, he's like, okay, look, here's the thing. You're a very good person. You're very friendly. You're very nice. My patients, they really do like you a lot. They like you a lot. They like the fact that you are very friendly and you're very helpful. I'm very friendly, I'm very helpful and everything, but I like something. So I'm asking him, I'm like, what is it that I'm liking? And then he's like, no, you just like something. It's like he didn't want to explain to me what is it exactly that I am liking, you know, so that we can be able to fix this. Because last time I checked, I'm on probation, you know. Last time I checked, I'm on probation, and the mutushu is telling me, Hormina, I'm lacking something. And I don't know what it is that I'm lacking. So he just said that no, you're just lacking something, and I want to weigh my options and everything. But if it happens that I don't find anything better, then I'll call you back. So when that happened, I could have like said a comment like I did with the first time when I got fired. But this time I was like, okay, no problem. So he packed his stuff and then he left, and then I stayed with the bloody mean girl for like a few minutes and all of that and whatsoever, you know, stuff. You know, I stayed with her. We packed up. And then yeah, I spoke to her like normal. I didn't act like, no, I got fired, 1, 2, 3. No, I did not do it. I don't remember what she said. I don't remember what was my last words to her, and I don't remember what was her last words to me. But what she said at the end was, I'll see you tomorrow. And I did not respond to her, I'll see you tomorrow. And I just didn't come to work. On the same day, she texted me. She's like, what's wrong? Because when you left, you were not fine. You looked like what, you know, things like that. And then I told her, I was like, no, doctor said that he's weighing his options and there's like other people that he wants to like, you know, see and all of that, right? And then she was like, yo, I'm so sorry, it happens, you know, it happens and whatsoever, you know. I didn't know. No wonder why you didn't say, Hore, you're gonna see me tomorrow, and so. Yeah. And I just kept quiet. I'm like, yeah, it happens, it's life. I don't understand people that says such things, because that's not something that some of us want to hear. And that was the last time she ever spoke to me. That was the last time she ever spoke to me, breathed a word, Nothing. Like, that was the last time. Okay, cool. No problem. Okay, so yeah, after that, me and her, we never spoke. Like, we never spoke. Not once did she check up on me. And also, I deleted her numbers because I honestly didn't see any point of keeping her numbers, you know, because I mean, she was not really a nice person. I felt like she was being two-faced. She was just being two-faced. Like, she was just a two-faced person. And the only time when she's actually nice with me is when it's just me and her together, when it's the two of us, you know. And she was like really confusing me, but I shouldn't have been confused. You know, like, I just shouldn't have been confused. I should have like been like, a spade is a spade. So, and also, like, as time went on, like, you know, when you get fired or get dumped or whatever, you know, like, you always try to replay back all the things that you think that, like, trying to retrace your steps to see where actually went wrong. And I have not seen where I went wrong. But what I realized was that girl, she was telling the doctor things that were not true in a way, because not in a way, like, what the fuck am I saying? What am I saying? Not in a way. She was telling him things that were not true. Because I remember there was a time where he was asking me a question and I do not understand where it was coming from. And I was like, oh, Muri. Because this one, she was busy lying on me. Huh? Why are you lying on me, girl? Why? Huh? What are you afraid of? You don't want to work with people? Is that your problem? Like, you know? But anyway, yeah, then again, I never spoke to her last year around September month. I deleted her numbers. I went about my life. I moved on, you know. I got another job, you know. Then in July, guess who decided to text me on Instagram? It was during my 7 day 7 faces challenge. She texted me, I think it was on the last one, and then she told me that it's her birthday on Sunday. It was in July. I don't remember which date, but she said that it was her birthday on Sunday and she would like me to do her makeup. Actually, I'm wrong. Let me put it exactly how she put it. When she texted me on Instagram, this is what she said. She said, "Hey Poliska, how are you? Even though you mad at me." I'm like, mad at you? Like, and here's the funny thing. Every single time one thing I believe is that when somebody says that statement, that even though you mad at me, it means you did something that you were not supposed to do. And she did something that she was not supposed to do. Why would you assume in your head that I'm mad at you? Because I never told you I'm mad at you. I never told you that I don't like you. Nothing. I never addressed her. I never shouted her about the situation that happened, even though I had a feeling and I knew that she had a hand in it, and this is the reason why I was let go from the new job. So now she's here and she's saying that, no, like, hi Poliska, even though you mad at me. So I asked her, I was like, who told you that I'm mad at you? And then she says that, no, it's because you don't text me, you don't call me. Okay, fine. Why don't you text me and call me? Because I was the one that was going through something. You're the one that's supposed to come and check on me. You only spoke to me on that one day and you said that, oh, it happens. These things happen. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm being crazy or selfish. But I believe that when someone is going through something, it's always good to check up on them once in a while. When she asked me to do her makeup on Sunday, my response to her was, I will send you the price list tomorrow morning, because she texted me in the nighttime. I didn't send her, based on the fact that I really don't want to see her. Like I felt like it's best for me not to see her. And there's a lot of makeup artists in Polokwane. So she can go and use them instead of me. Yes, if it's support, I don't really need it now, because she's the one that was like, that I felt like she was sabotaging me. So I don't really see the point, you know what I mean? And I don't understand her statement when she says that even though I'm mad at her. I'm not mad at her. Like, why would I be mad at her? What's there to be mad about? But anyway, yeah, that's the story of me getting my first job and getting fired. And that's what happened. That's what went down. Guys, like, okay, moral of the whole story is that, guys, y'all should be gentle on how you guys should be treating people. Because first of all, you don't know people's background situations, and you don't know why is the reason why they actually have a job. When somebody is working or looking for a job, it means they really need it. So you be going around sabotaging it for other people so that they don't have anything to eat. What if I was a breadwinner and I had to feed someone? I had to feed someone. Obviously, which is myself, of course. But that's all I'm saying. Like, y'all should be gentle when it comes to working with people. Stop being rude all the time. Stop making them feel like they're inferior, because at some stage or at some point in your life, you also used to be in a position where you did not know anything and you had to learn. And now the fact that you're done learning, now you all cocky and bigged up and everything based on the fact that now you know everything, and you forget that you were once in a position like this. Or if the previous person treated you shitty, now you want to go treat other people shitty. Guys, people get anxiety attacks, people get sick, people dread going to work because of people. And I don't understand why people get to make people feel that way. Why do people have to do that? Like, it's just not how it works. It's just not how it works. You don't do that. Like, guys, like, that's the moral of my story. Don't ruin people's lives by getting them fired, because you don't know what's going on with their background situation. And number 2, be gentle. Be gentle. But anyway, this is the final look. I decided to go for this look because I knew I was gonna wear this white top. I got it from the Fix. Also, I forgot to tell y'all, look at my new set of nails. Yeah, so this friend of mine, Patricia, she's a nail tech. She actually does my nails. They're very nice. I'm so in love with this new set. Like, I'm in love, period. Like, she literally understood the assignment and she pulled through, because I was like, no, I want it like this, and she did it exactly the way I wanted it. But anyway, guys, support her. I'm gonna write her Instagram on the subscription box below so that you guys can follow her and see what she can do. If you guys like it, please support her and send her a DM, please. But anyway, guys, this is the final look, as y'all can see. I hope you guys liked the video, the story time, and yeah, all of that. I'm hoping to see you guys in the next video. Tell me on the comments if you guys like my story times, if I should do them more often, because I have a whole lot of stories to be talking. I have a whole lot of stories to be telling y'all, like drama. So yeah, y'all should tell me on the comments if y'all like the story time, and tell me what you guys think. Tell me if maybe I was reaching, if I thought that maybe she didn't sabotage me or what. Like, yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for taking your precious time for watching my videos, and I'll see you guys on the next videos. Mwah.